Hello guys, you all are welcome back to my channel again. Today I'll be showing you how to make a ChatGPT in Tkinter, and this is all I'm going to show you how to do. This test widget, this is scrollbar, this entry widget, this is the buttons that I'm going to use to like generate and clear my test widget. So the first question, the first prompt I'm going to ask is for ChatGPT to generate 30 top currencies in the world for me. So once I click on generate, and then you can see it has already generated it for us, and then we can use our nav bar to scroll down and then see all the currencies in the world. And then if you are done with this, you can clear the screen and then you can type whatever prompt you want again. Let's say tell me a story, tell me a story, and then click on generate. And you can see it has already generated the story for us. Then they said once upon a time a small village next to it between that. So you can read down all the stories. So whatsoever you type in the prompt here and click on generate, then ChatGPT will generate it for you. So that's what this app is going to do for us. So I'm going to show you how to create this app step by step from beginning to end. So please make sure you watch to the end and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for more things like this. So before you do this, you are going to first generate your ChatGPT OpenAI key. And this is how you generate your OpenAI key. You navigate to platform openai.com account and AI API keys, and then you come to create new API keys. And they will advise you to like once you have generated your API keys, you should not display your API keys. And the best way to hide your API keys is just go to your computer, type environment as a system environment. And then once you come here, you can go to your environment variable and then create the variable. You name it in capital letter OpenAI dash API dash key, and then you paste the key there as the variable. So I'm going to show you how to import it in Python and use it. So I'll be importing all the modules that I'm going to need. So first I will import OS, import OpenAI. Before you import OpenAI, make sure you have already installed OpenAI. Just type in your terminal or in command prompt, type pip install, or in capital, make it in capital a small letter, so pip install OpenAI, and it will install it for you. Then you can import it and it will work. Then import Tkinter as TK, and that's all. So now let's start. Root equal to tk.tk and main loop, sorry, root dot main loop. The title, ChatGPT project. I think I have to make this capital letter too, and then I have to set the geometry too. And let's see how the environment is going to look like. Python ChatGPT.py, and then you see we have an environment white and the shape, everything is okay now. I prefer dark background, so I can say something like root dot config background equal to black, and then it will change it to black for me. So I need another widget which is label. I'm going to name it here. You can name it whatever you want, and then it's going to be in tk.label. It's going to be in root, and then I have to set the font also area, and the size I will make it 27, and then Tkinter used to have their own background, so since I've changed the background, I have to like change the background to here BG, which is equal to black, and then the font FG, I'm going to set the font to white, and I believe that will be all I'll be needing now. And let me pack it. LB head.pack, and I want it to be, let's say, fill to fill X. So love double quote, and then I'm going to pad the top so that it won't be that close to the top. So I'm going to pad it 10, and what else? I believe that should be okay for now. So let's see what the output is going to be like. Let's see. I didn't. Oh. I forgot one, which is the major test, which is equal to whatever I want to display. Let's say ChatGPT, ChatGPT, and comma, save it. Let's see what we'll have now. And you can see we have our ChatGPT at the top there. So let me clear my screen so that we're having free space. So I have to like add the test widget now, which I'm going to name it test results, and then tk.test. It's going to be in root, and I can also set the font too. So the font should be equal to Arial, and the size should be 12. You can use any other font. You can use Juju or any font of your choice, but I prefer using Arial. So you can also set the background on tone, but I think that's okay for me. And let me pack it. Test results dot pack. And if you don't know how to use some of these Tkinter widgets, I already have a video I did about it. You can watch it. It's one of the videos I have there. And if you don't really know how to use Python, I also have a series on Python that will help you a lot. So let's pack this test result. I'm going to pad it. Pad x is equals to 10, which is for the side. I'm going to pad y, which is 5. And I'm going to make it fill again, which is x, fill x. I'm going to save this now. So let's see what we have. So you can see this is the test environment. And then the entry now. I'm going to say entry, where we are going to enter the questions. Entry. Sorry, it should be tk dot entry, and then root, and then font. Let me set the font of my entry. I can use Juju, and then the size I'll make it 14. I think I should change this to Juju 15, and so on. So what else should I set for entry? You can change the color too, but I don't want to do that. I think I would prefer the color. Or should I set it to white? No, let me say it first. It's looking good. Entry, I'll play around with it. Entry.pack. Then pad s equals to 10. Pad y. Should I pad the y? I think it will be necessary I pad it too. Let me make it 5. And then I can also make, let me see how 5 is going to look like. Then let me fill it. Fill also should be equals to x. And I'll save this and see what we have. Whoa. Font is not defined. Okay, let's say our font equal to, forgot. So you see we have our font, the entry widget here. So the next thing is the 2 buttons that we need to like generate and do this. So tpt button gen. I'm going to cut it to gen, and also tk dot button. equal to root, and it's in root. Then the font, so I won't forget again. Generate. Sorry, it should not be the font. The font should be something like Geo, and the size, let's say, I'm going to make the size like 15 too, and then the text. Oh, the text equal to generate, and I believe that should be all for now. Then pad button generate dot pack pad text equal to 10 pad y. Don't really want to pad y. Let me just see how it's going to be like. Then fill x. Then let me save this. Okay, our generate button is already there, and I think I'm going to need this too for the next button, which is clear. So instead of generate, I'm going to change it to clear. Then the same size, but I'm going to change this from generate to clear, and pad is 10. I think I have to pad y so that they won't be too close. Pad y equal to like 2 so that it won't be too much, and I believe that should be all for the layout. Okay, so that's all for the layout now, and I still need a scrollbar, which I will be using for the sides. So scrollbar on top of this my test widget. So scrollbar equal to tk.scrollbar, and then it should be, I think I'm going to make a frame for it now. That's a frame result equal to tk.frame. Then the frame is in root, and the only content will be the scrollbar and the test widget. So frame result.pack, and then I think I'll be needing this. Control X, Control V, and just a few like so this, and then so I'm putting them into a frame. I'm putting the frame, the scrollbar and the test result into a frame. So this one now, instead of root, I'm going to make it frame result. That's where I'm going to put it in, and then instead of root here, I'm going to replace this instead of to frame result, and then I'm going to pack this to scrollbar.pack. Then I'm going to like add, no, do I still have, so I have to like, okay, no need of padding, so I have to like put it in the side, which is, I'm going to put it in the right side, and then I'm going to fill it, instead of X now I'm going to fill it Y, because it's going to be vertical. So I think I'm done with this, but I still have to do something here because of the scrollbar. Y command, scroll command, which is equal to scrollbar dot set, and then at the last place again, so that it will be responsive, you have to do all this. Scrollbar dot config, then command equals to test result dot y view. I believe that should be all right now. Then let me clear the environment here. Side right is not defined. Oh, I forgot the quote. Where is the side? I need a quote here. So once I save it now and run, so I believe everything is okay now. You can see the scroll bar at the side here already. So now I'm going to write the ChatGPT functions that I'm going to need to make this work effective. So I'm going to define the function dev, then the name of the function should be generate, then this. So I'm to write the function. So let's say I'm going to get the entry. So entry, let's say question.get. So I will get whatever the user is going to type there, and then API, the API key that we are going to use. So OpenAI API key is going to be equals to os.getMV, because we have already saved it in the environment variable. So we have to use this getMV to get it from there. And then in the quotes, we write the name of the environment or the name of the environment variable that we use, which is OpenAI dash API dash key. So that should be the name you use. And then we're going to set the response that we are going to get from ChatGPT here. So the response, which is equal to OpenAI dot chat completion dot create Then we are going to have the model, which is the model of the ChatGPT. We have ChatGPT 4 right now, but I'm going to use model 3.5. That's what most people is using, and I think that one is kind of still working effectively yet. So model GPT 3.5 turbo. That's the model we are using. And then the message, that's the message we are going to return. It's going to be equal to a list, and then in the list dictionary, then we are going to have our row, the row we are going to assume, which is going to be user, and the content, which is going to be the message we are going to give to ChatGPT. Content, which is going to equal to the message. Let's say what is the name of anything. You can put the question you want ChatGPT to return for you here, but since we already have a question we are going to type in, I think we are going to use this because we have already get this. So let's say question. Let me equal this. Let me set this to a variable called question or prompt. Let me set it to prompt equal to this. I'm going to make here, instead of putting new questions here, I'm just going to make it prompt so that it should be from what we get from the entry. Then we also have to like set this how we want to print it. So we can decide to say print response or something like that, but we have to like customize our response. Let's say result, just result is equal to response to the choices. But ChatGPT is going to return a lot of answers in some cases, so we just want to pick the first choice. That's why we are using the 0, which is the first one, and then the message should be the content. I think that's correct. And again, we want to like display the answer on our test widget. So to do that, we are going to use something like test result dot insert. We are going to insert this into it, first line column, because it's test, and then what we are going to insert is the result. So I believe we have defined this function already. So I'm going to connect this, and also we have two buttons. So let me just do it once and for all so that we can test it once and for all. The other one is going to be very simple. Define it clear for the clear button. So this one is just to delete the test environment each time it's clicked. So then test result dot delete. 1.0 comma tk dot end. That's all. So let's connect it to our two buttons and see what will happen. So here command equal to, I'm going to pass the function generate, and here too we are going to pass the command here, which is clear. So let's test it now and see what we have. Let's say message shows first one is not defined. Oh, we're supposed to like it has to still be in the function. So that was what happened. Let's clear this. And then we have everything up and running now. I think this should be how it should look. Then here I can type my prompt now and say what is the name of US president? That's the name of US president. So that's what it's going to generate. And you can see as of September 2022, the current, as of that was when it was first released, the president of the United States is Joe Biden. That was as of then. And then if I say list all the countries in Africa. Well, before that I have to clear the screen so that everything will be, you see the clear button is working. In Africa, list all the countries in Africa, generate. So as you can see, it has already generated it. You see here is the list of all the countries in Africa, Algeria, Angola, and all of them here. So you can see the scroll bar too is also working very responsive. So I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial. Please feel free to subscribe, share, and like for more content like this. Peace.